Hi everyone, this is Susie from Minnesota Zone 4 and it is June 7th and I think this is weekly garden tour number 6. The mosquitoes are now out in full force. I have my bug suit on. I love my bug suit. It's the best thing I ever got. Type of lamium, this is a mounding one. It is a little breezy today, so sorry for the noise. It's supposed to be close to 90 today. It feels absolutely gorgeous out here. That is an astilbe. Chocolate shogun, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. I'm wondering if that's what my geranium's called. One moment, I do have a tag. Nope, my hardy geranium is Midnight Ghost. I didn't realize this one was going to get this tall here. We'll see. I like to move my stuff around. I had moved my heuchera here. Sorry, there was a mosquito on my hand. And then I also moved another hosta back here just because it was a smaller little dude. This was by the side of the house and I moved a different one there. I'm always moving my plants around just to see what gives me the best visual effect. And some plants just don't do good in certain spots and do better in other areas. I can't believe it's June already. So you can see all the cotton usually takes about a few days to fall, so that's all done and gone. There's a little yuckiness in there, but the rain takes care of that. I have mulch coming today, so that's why I never mulch until after my cotton falls. That's just kind of a common sense thing. And I don't like to mulch either until the soil has warmed up in my climate. These peonies are just starting to open just a little bit. These are by the house, south side, so they definitely open before the other ones. My bleeding heart is finally coming to an end. I'd say that's pretty good. It's lasted a while. And again, it's on the south side of the house, so it bloomed a lot faster than other ones. When I'm walking through town, they're still going, but it's okay. It still looks good. No yellowing foliage yet. This is the one that I had put in its place. Just think it looks a bit bigger and not quite so tiny as the other one. But I needed to move this because it was taking over another spot in the garden. I was squishing some flowers. I'll show you that. The label said this is Raspberry Sundae, but I thought the petioles were supposed to be red, and I'm not seeing any redness. Brennera, still doing great. This one over here, not so much, but there was something digging, so I'm leaving it, hoping it recovers. But this one's absolutely amazing. I can't believe how long the blooms last on this. I'm going to walk through here. Curly fries hosta. I've just been kind of taking the cotton off as I see it. I think now when you see cotton on my stuff, it's coming off the roof. This one is just huge. From the house to the edging here, that's 6 feet. So that's the span so far. I'm hoping to get this part done today because my mulch is coming, and then now I can have my path. I think I'm going to start this way and try and end up over here just because my neighbor's dog is out. It's a little vocal. Give him some privacy. If I'm a little jerky, it's because the mosquitoes are getting me. And the gnats. I'm like, oh, the gnats have been something fierce. Lungwort is still blooming. This did really good this year. Last year I didn't get that many blooms. You can see my lady's mantle is starting to get its blooms. Such a gorgeous plant. The texture of the leaves is nice and soft, velvety. My pagoda dogwood is now in bloom. That is so gorgeous. Ooh, we have a little visitor. Lots of birds nesting right now. This is one of my favorite shrubs. The garden center or the nursery where I go to get most of my perennials, I can't find it there anymore. So if something would happen, I would feel that I would be sad. So this is a spot where I moved that hosta that was really big to the side of the house. You can see there wasn't much room. This is still because liking it better. I moved this one, it was back here, so I brought that one forward. You can see this Asiatic lily here is kind of bent from that hosta. So I was kind of hoping it might straighten out, but we'll see. Not really in focus. This lungwort is doing the best. I think the blooms start off blue and turn pink, but I'm not sure. I've mainly seen blue right now. The slugs never bother this plant. We had some rain the other day, so that was nice. My rain barrel, though, is empty again. Usually it takes my whole rain barrel for me to water all my plants, or at least my container, so that's nice. But they're not talking rain here now for another week. Giant fleece flower has all of its flower heads on. Not blooming yet, but soon. That has shot up like something fierce. I don't have quite all my containers planted up yet, so once I do, I will definitely do a tour of those. Primrose looks really good. There's a daylily in there. I'm just going to swing this way real quick. So yesterday I was working on digging up all this sod. What a job. Like that. But I can't wait because now I can start thinking about how I want to plant it. And I love doing the hard work because it just makes me appreciate it even more. Still haven't figured what I'm going to do in here. Gonna get rid of that stuff in there. I have some grass growing in there. Ouch, one second. This peony has gotten a little tall here. So I'm thinking that because my tree is growing even taller, it's changing the dynamics of this garden. So I'm thinking it's more of a part sun than a full sun. Look at all that creeping Jenny back there. That's really pretty. So for nothing on my hardy hibiscus, it looked pretty bad at late summer last year, so I'm not sure if it's going to come back. Oops. Hens and Chicks, that's a big one right there. Some moss, I leave it. I love the look of moss. Chives. I was digging up sod and for some reason that smell was wafting over. That was very pleasant. This is my mock orange and there's no blooms on this, so I am thinking that it's just not getting the amount of sun it needs. I'm going to trim this up and I might move it. Just not sure where yet. Baptisia. Oh, it's just starting to bloom here. I love this plant. Still trying to figure out what I want to put back in here. If it's a shrub, it definitely has to be one that likes sitting in wet conditions. Just trying to get through my area here. And that likes part sun, if not a little less. That's hard to find. Okay, this is going to be tricky back here because the mosquitoes are going to be really bad back here. Have a little weeding to do. The heat comes, the rain comes, and all the weeds show up. Look how good this clematis is doing. Remember when it broke off all the way at the ground? Look how tall that has gotten. I'll be trimming this up. That's a smoke bush. I am surprised it even made it. Another clematis. I've heard clematis pronounced so many ways. Clematis, 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 clematis. I figure it's all the same, right? This one's a little smaller, but it's still getting some height on it. This is my milkweed in here. I am sorry about the breeze as far as sound quality, but not so much as it's kind of keeping the bugs away from me. I didn't stake this year. We'll see what happens. I might have to move this because when there is a strong breeze that falls, and sometimes I think that's what crushes this and makes it flop. These are so fuzzy. Lots of buds on this peony. It'll be a little bit, I would say another week. Blowing off mosquitoes on my hands. My honeysuckle is just loaded with blossoms. It's just starting. And that is all on just this one stem here that you can see. The other two had broken off. And there are new ones starting. So the way it looks, I might not be right, but because this is an old stem, all of the blossoms are on the old stem, so it must bloom on old growth. I might get some blooms on the new growth, but just not as many. It might be a little later towards the season. I'm glad I have one. I have gnats all over my lens. Sorry about that. I have to weed whip back here, but every time I start, it dies on me. Because I'm always charging that. It's old. Be picking some more rhubarb today. This is my Ito Peony, Julia Rose. I think I counted 10 blossoms on her. She looks really good. I'm glad she pulled through that tough spell. This rose looks fantastic. I want to say there's some buds on it already. My Russian sage looks really good. It's an oriental lily. It's supposed to be a smaller variety, but sometimes things can be mislabeled. I had another one where it said it only gets 24 inches tall, and it got about 4 feet. So I definitely had it in the wrong spot. A variegated daylily. This sedum looks really good. I had weeded in here the other day. I'm very happy that I kept the leaves on though for mulch, because that definitely helped. You can see that with the variegation, it's starting to revert back. I could dig that up, but this is its first full year. I'll leave it. It doesn't bother me too much. I've moved some of my garden art over here. So I moved that rabbit. I think it looks kind of cute. That's a heavy piece. I really like that one. And then my other favorite is, this is granite down here. This little turtle. Lots of blossoms on my strawberries. Sorry if it's a little blurry. My camera's being a little funny today. Tall garden phlox. My grasses have done great. I think they've doubled in size since I planted them last year. Tree painting, it kind of hung on after that rain. I'm surprised. I love this color. It's such a pop of color in this garden right now. This is another Baptisia, false indigo. I just have a couple blossoms. Can't wait to see what they look like. I had put some stuff in here and it just, you can see it didn't work. They really like that spot, but I haven't pinched this one yet just because look at all the blossoms there. But the only thing I do like how this one is branching out and the others. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I just love the pop of color right now that they're giving me. I can't say enough about this lilac. I had some family over yesterday and they absolutely love this. You can see that it's starting to fade a little bit. It's so sad that these only last for such a short amount of time. I will get a repeat bloom later, just not as gorgeous as this. But I will take what I can get. I was going to cut some of these and bring some in, but they don't last that long. I won't be trimming this one up, probably just anything that's going into my hydrangeas, just to give my hydrangeas a little more room. But as far as height-wise, I'm going to leave it. It's not even 5 feet yet. Oh, the smell right here is so awesome. And this one is just, this is Miss Kim, and this one's coming into bloom right now. It's got more of a pink hue than the others. They're a little more purple. You can see this one's not quite as prolific as the others. I have some that are over here. And this area here gets, I would say, at least 12 hours of sun. But still, some blooms are better than no blooms. I really just want to stand here for a little bit and enjoy this. After the video, I can sit back here. I have a hard time just sitting and doing nothing, though, when there's so much to do. May and June are such busy months for me. And I need to focus on one task because I sit here and digging sod is something that I have to work up to because it's such a boring job. But then also I'm like, oh, I have to go water this, and then I get focused on weeding this part, or it's just so much. And I'm doing all of these jobs and not completing one, and I need to make a list, I think, so I can just cross it off and feel productive. I don't know if you guys are like that, and I do. I try and sit in my chair and enjoy my garden, but then I start thinking of other things. I have plants still over here. They will be being rehomed soon, and others I might keep for some backups. But other than that, they're going to be gone soon. This is a tough job, but I cannot wait. I have some hostas ordered just for all the same variety. And I get a lot of my hostas from New Hampshire hostas online. Love their selection of hostas. All of these hostas over here in this garden are from there. They were all plugs, but you get a good amount with a plug. I think I had gotten 2 stalks. That may not seem like a lot, but you saw that most of these only had 4 or 5, and they look pretty good. You also have to remember that this tree here has massive roots, and it takes up so much moisture, and there's just competition for nutrients. So these are nice, but after this will be the 4th year, I'm not sure on that. They should be a little bit bigger, but I'm not complaining about that. So with most of my plants in the spring, I use mill organite. I just kind of throw it. I'm not too overly concerned. I'm having a hard time finding mill organite right now. My big box store doesn't carry it. And then what I will do is I will do like a water-soluble fertilizer of tomato feed. And I keep doing that. This is Humpback Whale. Look at this one. Absolutely love this one. And I like that it has a bluish tinge too. So these logs back here are mushroom logs. So they have, like, I don't know, little plugs or spores of mushrooms in them. They're hardy to a zone 2, so I can leave them out year round. And it takes about 9 months to get mushrooms. They were a little spendy, but I want to try it. I'm always trying things in my garden, and it needed to be in a shady situation, and I thought that this would be good. So if you see this, they're supposed to be there. Let's see, I'm going to walk through this area here. You can see it's getting better. This is potting soil that I had for my containers, so I'm just going to kind of smooth it over. This is where I'm putting all of my sod. I have my plants for this area. They look a little tough. I'm going to wait with planting them. I think I might repot them into bigger containers and then wait towards the end of the season to plant them. They're all native to my zone. They should make it. And today I will do another application of the tomato feed on these. They just seem to really like it. This one only had one really big stalk and then had a little one coming off the side. So not too bad considering. This one just glows. I love this one. This one is called World Cup, another favorite of mine. So I name all of my pots that are an animal. So this one is Sheldon. My frog is Trevor. And I have a fish, and I call her Wanda. the lily of the valley. Not much scent anymore, but last week, no, it was just when I did the filming of the lilac and the tree peony. So that was just maybe Monday or Tuesday. I forget, time is going so fast. Between the lily of the valley and the lilacs and even the tree peony, it smelled so wonderful out here. So that is it for my garden tour this time. Like, I will try and keep up with the weekly videos. I'm hoping by the time I do the next one, garden tour that is, this will all be done as far as dug up and just mulched. Maybe planted with the plants that I ordered. I don't know what I'm going to do in there. I'm trying to figure out the sun situation. Because it was kind of nice digging up the sod because I kind of got a feel for how much sun is in certain areas. And I think I could probably do part sun plants. Not sure what. I know it might sound but I'm thinking daylilies would be nice companion plants with the hostas. Hardy geranium, I think that would be nice. Lots of options and I can't wait. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and bye for now.